In Bangalore, a wall in the Mantri Mall caves in. 2 injured. Visitors and staff have been evacuated. In Delhi, spine-chilling confession of a serial rapist leaves the nation shocked. 38-year-old Taylor revealed he's been sexually assaulting a number of schoolgirls over the years. And another shocker from Karnataka. 2 policemen have been suspended, 1 arrested in Tumkur for allegedly raping a mentally challenged woman on the pretext of dropping her home. And in Mumbai, the gloves are off for the civic polls. The BJP and the Shiv Sena begin hardball for seat sharing while the Congress gets ready with its poll pitch. Well, news just coming in from Bangalore. Part of the Mantri shopping mall in Bengaluru has caved in, leaving 4 injured as part of latest reports. Visitors as well as staff from various shops and establishments in the mall have been evacuated following the incident.
2 persons got injured. We have shifted them to hospital. They are undergoing treatment. And now the fire department and other officials and other agencies, they have also come, and we are removing the slab and debris from the back side. Once it is cleared, whatever necessary bandobast required, we will continue till that, and after that they will take their further safety measures.
So what do you think, why did it occur?
Now that some expert has to, I'm not an expert, the concerned agency, there are so many other agencies, they will examine and give a report why it happened.
We are working closely with the BBMP. We will not, in our right judgment, ever open the mall for business without being sure ourselves of the safety of the structure, and all precautionary measures will be taken, post which we will open the center, and we will approach the BBMP, and they have also agreed to cooperate with us in the similar manner.
With less than 35 days to go in Mumbai for the elections of the country's richest civic body, the BMC, the Congress party has released its manifesto for Mumbai. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal caught up with Sanjay Nirupam on what their plans are for Mumbai if they win. Listen in.
ऐसा है, पूरे 20-22 वर्षों से शिवसेना बीजेपी मुंबई महानगर पालिका की सत्ता में है। किसी भी मुंबईकर से पूछिए कि उसकी क्या समस्या है, तो बहुत ज्यादा रिसर्च करने की जरूरत नहीं है। सामान्य मुंबईकर पानी की समस्या से परेशान है। किसी भी मुंबई के नागरिक को पूरा पानी उसके घर में बीएमसी के नल से नहीं मिलता, आधे घंटे 20 मिनट मिलता है। जो पानी मिलता है वो शुद्ध पानी नहीं है। तो हमने ये तय किया है कि शुद्ध पानी और मुफ्त पानी का इंतजाम करें। मुंबई को अब पॉटहोल मुक्त, खड्डे मुक्त रास्ता चाहिए, और इस संकल्प के साथ हम लोगों के सामने जा रहे हैं। और तीसरी बात, मुंबई के ऊपर जो साफ सफाई का एक मामला है, 9,500 मीट्रिक टन कचरा डेली मुंबई में निर्माण होता है, और मुंबई महानगर पालिका के पास जो मैकेनिज्म है कचरा लिफ्ट करने का, वो सिर्फ 7,500 या 7,000 मीट्रिक टन, मतलब लगभग 2,500 मीट्रिक टन कचरा रोज मुंबई में पड़ा रह जाता है। यानी मुंबई में पिछले 20 सालों में कितना हजार, कितना लाख टन कचरा यूं ही पड़ा है, इसका कोई हिसाब किताब नहीं है। यही वजह है कि मुंबई में अब जिस इलाके में जाएंगे अजीब तरह की दुर्गंध आती है। तो पूरे मुंबई को जो कचरा भूमि बना दिया है, एक डंपिंग यार्ड बना दिया है, उससे मुंबई को बचाना है। तो कचरा मुक्त मुंबई, ये हमारा एक तीसरा संकल्प और तीसरा एक वादा है, नारा है।
डंपिंग ग्राउंड की अगर हम बात करें तो हमने दियोनार देखा है, जिनके भी बहुत बड़े बड़े वादे हुए थे। अगर कांग्रेस आती है और बीएमसी रन करती है तो ये बड़े बड़े डंपिंग ग्राउंड को लेके भी हम उतनी फुर्ती से काम करेंगे।
तीनों डंपिंग ग्राउंड मुंबई से बंद होने चाहिए। तीनों डंपिंग ग्राउंड बंद करके मुंबई के बाहर, जहां पर आपके पास ऑलरेडी 110 या 120 से हेक्टेयर जमीन मिला पड़ा है, वहां पर फ्रेश डंपिंग ग्राउंड होना चाहिए।
कब तक लिस्ट हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं बाहर आने के?
एक आध हफ्ते लगेंगे, क्योंकि तमाम जो जिला कमेटियां हैं हमारी, जिनकी एक बुनियादी तौर पर जवाबदारी बनती है कैंडिडेट सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस को आगे बढ़ाने की, वो कमेटियां भी बैठ रही हैं। जैसे आज साउथ मुंबई की बैठी है, तो अब ये इस हफ्ते तो सारे जिला कमेटी के लोग बैठेंगे। अगले हफ्ते तक मुझे लगता है कि एक छोटी लिस्ट तैयार हो सकती है।
Now, special series Mumbai Ward. Today we focus on the city's North F ward. Sion, Matunga, King Circle. Residents of this ward have many problems on hand to deal with, the worst of which obviously is flooding during the monsoon. Disha Shah sent us this ground report on how the corporators of that ward have done.
is the heart of Mumbai. Sion Matunga King Circle, or what the BMC calls the F North Ward. And this area, central to the city, is the first to get inundated every monsoon. Geographically a low-lying area, the entire ward is flood-prone and successive corporators have been unable to solve the issue.
With serious drainage issues, Science Gandhi Market area is one of the worst hit areas when it comes to monsoon, and it gets waterlogged every year. And for those 4 months, the residents here staying, what they complain, it's almost like a nightmare for them. They cannot travel because of water logging up to 3 feet. Traffic comes down to a crawl for those 4 months, and what they claim is that none of the elected representatives for more than a decade have done anything to solve this problem.
That the sewage line which passes through this road, Gandhi Market, is illegally connected by stormwater drain lines by BMC itself, their department, and because of additional rainwater coming from stormwater, it makes that gutter lid come up and all area is flooded 50% because of that flooding of sewage water, which is unhygienic.
What we need from our corporators beyond this is that they need to interact with the citizens. They need to know what the demands are, what the needs are of the residents of the area. That they have never interacted. Despite the promises, they have never interacted with us.
The ward is also home to some of Mumbai's finest educational institutions, and this student population acts like a hawker magnet who encroach on the pavements.
This is a regular feature that residents of this ward have been observing and facing for several years now. Firstly, illegal hawkers occupying the footpaths which are meant for people like you and me to walk, and of course double parking on both sides of the road. So this of course adds to only traffic woes in this particular ward, and residents complain that nothing has been done and they have been facing and living in this condition for several years now.
देखिए, हमारा फुटपाथ हमको बैक चाहिए है और इधर हॉकर लोग अनलिमिटेड बेटा है और अभी इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं, कॉर्पोरेट उसके लिए कुछ तो करना चाहिए अभी जो विन हो के आते हैं, और हॉकर लोगों के लिए कुछ अरेंज करो, हम लोग जाने का जैसा हमको फुटपाथ चाहिए, ये हमारा रिक्वेस्ट है.
The Sion Matunga King Circle stretch is also home to many buildings that were constructed during the British era, which means there is not enough space available for parking. This compounds the problem of congestion in the area.
By which all these redevelopments have taken place in this ward, it has spelled disaster in this area. All the new redeveloped buildings, they don't have enough parking for all the people. Today, you have the number of cars is like 1 car per bedroom. So you have more than 3 cars per flat, and there is no space for them to park.
As the building and the societies are not having much parking available inside the buildings, so people are trained to park on the road.
BMC had come up with an odd and even parking alternative actually, but even today if you see, it's there, but it is not implemented. The people don't follow that, nor the RTO is interested in towing away the vehicles.
Meanwhile, corporators claim that they are aware of the congestion menace and are doing all they can to tackle it. In fact, we spoke with local corporator Trishna Vishwas Rao, who's also the head of the BMC Standing Committee. Vishwas Rao told us that the civic body has decided to create parking space underground, beneath the open spaces and public playgrounds. The plan, Vishwas Rao said, will be implemented very soon.
Double parking of vehicles on the roads, pedestrian-friendly footpaths and good roads. These essentially are the basic facilities that citizens expect the BMC to undertake in the next 5 years. They say that these are the basic issues that have been neglected for more than a decade, and they want their elected representatives to deliver these basic things in the upcoming BMC elections. This is Isha Shah for Magic Bricks Now.
Now, as a common man comes to terms with the government's demonetization drive, sources tell the Times Network that the RBI is looking to review and relax the current withdrawal levels for both savings and current account holders. We have heard, of course, this evening the circular that came out from the RBI said savings accounts can now rise up to 10,000 rupees per day from ATMs. That limit has been raised, and the new limit would be a big breather for many citizens. So far, it's unclear when the withdrawal limits will be relaxed completely and we'll be able to withdraw as much as we like from our accounts. And on to the case that we've been keeping a close watch on. 3 suspects have been detained by the police in Vile Parle in the rape and murder case. The suspects have said to be the victims' friends. To remind our viewers, a 24-year-old physiotherapist was raped and murdered and then set on fire at her residence on the 5th of December last year.
After over 40 days, there seems to be some breakthrough in a case of a 24-year-old physiotherapist who was raped and brutally murdered at her own place in Vile Parle in Mumbai. And the latest what we learned from the police officials is that they've got hold of 3 suspects who are friends of the victim, who were known to the victim, and police have collected evidences against them, and they have already done medical and DNA tests on them, and the reports are expected within a week's time. But what we also understand from this investigation is that during this course of 40 days, they had investigated and questioned as many as 600 people, which included the victim's friends, relatives, family, colleagues, but there were no leads, no arrests and no suspects. But what police officials now claim is that with these 3 suspects, there could be some major crackdown on this case. This is Isha Shah for Magic Picks Now.
For an incident that will shake you to your very core, the Delhi police have arrested a serial rapist. 38-year-old Sunil Rastogi, believed to have molested and raped at least 58 children in Delhi, Uttarakhand and UP. The accused, a tailor by profession, is wanted in at least 7 cases according to the cops. But what's even more shocking was that this monster had earlier been arrested and let off bail. He now confesses to have molested at least 500 different individuals. In another horrific incident, a policeman in Tumkur in Karnataka has been arrested now for raping a mentally challenged woman. He picked her up on the pretext of dropping her home and then took advantage of her. Here's a report.
After the arrest of this pedophile, shocking details have come up which shows that since 13 years, the suspect used to come to Delhi from his native place and would have attempted more than 300 cases of sexual crime.
Because of his misbehavior, ill behavior towards the children and towards the neighbors, he was forced to leave the place where he was living in Delhi.
तो ये बोल के ले गया कि आओ तुम्हारे पापा कुछ सामान देंगे। उन्होंने सोचा कुछ मेरे पापा सामान देते होंगे, वो चली गई। उसने बोला कि मम्मी मेरे को ऊपर लेके गया, ऊपर से कोई उतर रहा था, उन्होंने इसी वजह से छोड़ दिया।
We cannot wait for a man like this to molest 500, 600, God knows how many hundred people before he is accidentally caught.
I hope the police and the courts move very swiftly to give this chap the worst possible punishment that should be given or can be given.
A shocking incident of rape has come to light where an assistant sub-inspector of police, Umesh, raped a mentally challenged woman aged 32 years.
Yeah, so it is disappointing that someone who is supposed to be enforcing the law will go and do this kind of an horrific act. I think under the law, the extreme punishment, whichever is there, should be dealt to this person.
I told the police officer to take strong action against him, dismiss him from the service and put him behind the bar.
Already we are suffering so much, and the one who will start protecting will do all this means, don't know what. We should really have very strong laws for this so that we all feel to send our daughters or sisters or whoever it is safe.
The law should take its own course, but on a fast track, so that shows a lesson to the others who are doing this. It's really sad to know about it.
Security of a woman in a city like this should be taken care by the police itself, and if they are the one involved in it, then it's pretty sad.
This is very heinous and very shameful act, especially to a physically challenged like they can't think by themselves and you're just taking advantage of another person. Like, you don't have the right to do that. So yeah, they should be punished.
What happens when protectors become predators? What happens when the people who are meant to enforce the law start breaking the law? One case in Delhi. of a person confessing that he sexually molested over 500 underage people in the city. The other case from the south of India, when a police officer allegedly raped someone who was mentally challenged and was not in a position to protect herself. What have we come to? Has our law completely failed us? I want to remind our viewers that the story from Delhi tells us that the perpetrator was picked up by the police a few years ago, held for 6 months and then released to go out and do exactly what he was doing before he was arrested. Is our law just not strong enough? Are our lawmakers not putting enough stress on this sort of crime? Why isn't the police taking this seriously? What are we going to say to the women of this country today when this horrible, horrible story has surfaced?
Shocking is the least that we can say. And to have this kind of depravity for a person in uniform, people who repose their trust in the uniform, what to talk of protection, he unleashes himself like a predator on a trusting victim. Now, therefore, in such cases, the laws are very much there. The first thing, he should be dismissed from service. Number 2, sent to jail. Number 3, exemplary punishment.
Senior officers must accept the blame that there is a total failure on our part in keeping the subordinates under check, and that is one of the reasons. True that we keep on talking and speaking about political interference, but that interference is an eyewash. Unless we want to connive with that situation, no politician can interfere with the police work.
It is the classic story of the fence eating up the crop. What we want to now ask is, if men in uniform, people in authority who are there to protect citizens, more so women and children, if they abuse their positions of power, who else would we go and ask help from? Who do we go and seek any kind of protection from?
A whole lot of police reforms are there which Supreme Court has asked to get it done, but unfortunately all the states or UTs wherever these police reforms have not been taken very seriously. Our society is so heavily infested by gender bias, so a man in uniform or not in uniform, in suit or in shorts, their mentality, their mindset is the same, because the mindset comes from the living practices. But unfortunately, if I say, if we talk about our country, I really feel shy and ashamed of saying this thing, because even I come from a bureaucratic background and a daughter of a police officer. But today, the police force, they have really gone down the dirt.
Are the police force sensitized enough? Do we have trainings for the police force wherein we can help women feel safe when they can come to the police station, or whoever goes to them and takes a statement from them that they need to feel safe and secure, because in any case they are already traumatized? So can the police force be sensitized to do these, to provide such a space to women wherein at least they can share about the trauma that they have experienced and get better justice?
Well, after several protests by activists, Bangalore finally gets its first suburban train that connects the IT corridors. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu signed off the Memorandum of Understanding to introduce more suburban trains across the city to ease the traffic.
Finally, Bengaluru gets its suburban train. In fact, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Union Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu signed a memorandum of understanding and flagged off the suburban train which connects the IT corridor to Whitefield. In fact, remember, around 800 IT companies are in fact located, especially in and around Whitefield, Sarjapur and Electronic City. And in fact, more than 20,000 people in fact use by road to reach the IT corridors. In fact, what we also understand is that this particular train service can benefit at least 3.5 lakh people in fact who are traveling not only just to Whitefield as an IT corridor, but
also in fact to other places like Sarjapur and also in fact Whitefield. What we also know at this point in time is that this particular train memo that is in fact called the multiple electric, the mainline multiple electric unit, in fact has two train services which will in fact leave according to the timings of the IT professional. Definitely this has come as a boon to IT professional. In fact it will also help reduce the traffic by at least 60%. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Bricks Now.
For all the corners of the city, the train should be connected. There is no reason for people to pass through the city to go to one end to another end. They can all go around the railway lines. There are already 40 stations. There is 180 kilometers of railway line. Let's leverage that. Let's improve the signaling system, double the tracks, put more trains. The trains that the local trains can carry a lot more capacity. No other public transport option can carry this much load as the trains. So this is going to make a huge difference to Bangalore when it is fully implemented.
Some more trains of the same sorts would help a lot of people like me, especially people working in Whitefield, Electronic City, people working at Sarjapur roads. I still say the frequency of these trains need to be increased so that people who work in the general shift, in the UK shift and the US shifts are benefited.
On a lighter note, college students in Mumbai don't need to wait in queues to get their learning license anymore. For driving license, the Transport Ministry of Maharashtra and a new initiative has decided to provide learning licenses in college premises. The initiative was kicked off on Monday in Mumbai's Kirti College. Take a look.
When the students will have license, actually they will not be caught by the police because they have the permission from the government to drive bikes on the road. So they will not be caught by the police, and well, these will be legal. They will be driving the bike on the road, and that will be illegal thing by the police, by the law.
We are riding our bikes here and there, and okay. So we are coming to the college file from our bikes, okay. So we got catched by one police and all. So we can pay fine and all. Okay.
We are very grateful that the IAS officer came to our college and they said these things personally, because we Kirti College, people from Kirti College, been wanting to spread the knowledge about protection and measures for safety measures in road.
आज कीर्ती महाविद्यालयामध्ये माननीय डॉक्टर प्रवीण गेडाम सर यांनी येऊन युवकांना मार्गदर्शन केलं. त्यामध्ये वाहन व्यवस्थितपणे चालवणं, योग्य स्किल ॲक्वायर करणं, नॉलेज घेणं आणि इतरांची काळजी घेणं हा संदेश प्रामुख्याने त्यांनी दिलेला आहे. या कार्यक्रमासोबतच विद्यार्थ्यांनी या उपक्रमामध्ये कसं सहभागी व्हायचं, विशेष करून पीअर प्रेशर, सहकाऱ्यांच्या सूचनांचा आदर करणं ही बाब महाविद्यालयातून रुजवत असताना.
Well, that's a wrap on this edition of Urban Debate 360 on Magic Bricks Now. Remember, we take issues that bother you in our cities very, very seriously. So if you're facing a problem, feel free to get in touch. I'm going to put our contact details on your screen. You can reach me on Twitter as well. This channel's aim is to improve the quality of life in our urban centers. Your quality of life is important to us. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.